guys, my name is Monale Akol. How are you all doing? I'm doing great, guys. I'm just so grateful under the circumstances. I'm actually in my 29th week. Yes, actually going on to 30 weeks, and I've been taking care of myself and taking it easy as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm pregnant right now with my second baby. And because I think of this process, it has actually inspired my video, which is the things that I've learned about motherhood. Guys, let me tell you something. If you would have asked me 5 years ago about motherhood, I would have been like, not anytime soon. Maybe like, 10 years later. But since it happened and I'm a mother and, I'm going on to the second baby, I am so grateful for the process. I'm grateful for the journey. And I've been learning so many things, which I wish most of these things someone would have said to me. However, we have different stories to tell. So what I'm doing now is telling my story. So first things first, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you press the subscribe button, because if you don't, you might miss my next videos. This video, by the way, is going to be broken into 2 parts. So this is the first part, and the next part is coming next week, Friday or Saturday. So the reason why you have to press the subscribe button is because the notification will help you. If you've subscribed to my channel already, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I see you all, and I hope you are learning things and growing with me, because I'm growing a lot. Challenging myself has been the best thing ever. So one of the things that I wanted to do in 2020 is to do a YouTube channel, and it has stretched me in so many different ways. Trust me when I say so. I'll probably talk about that some other time. So I just decided to keep notes, because you know how it is, pregnancy brain. I take full responsibility in that I'm going to use every ounce of it. If I remember something, it is me. If I forget something, it's not me, it's the pregnancy. So the things that I've learned about motherhood, the first thing is that obviously motherhood, like life, you don't know everything. So don't even think that you're going to be ready to be a mother. I don't know about a person who's ready to be a mother fully. You just learn as you go, and you should be okay with it, because like life, you learn as you go. What is most important is your willingness to learn different things that you didn't know about yourself, and hopefully about this new bundle of joy. The first thing that I didn't know is that being a mother will change everything, like literally everything about yourself. It changed me in so many ways. So the thing is, when me and my husband got married, I thought we were gonna wait for a while before we can have kids, like to enjoy each other and have our honeymoon and all of that. Well, God had different plans for us. So I fell pregnant during honeymoon, guys. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I fell pregnant during honeymoon. So all the plans that I had were boom, out of the window, on to the next one. So immediately I was like, okay, I have to now think about this next phase of my life, right? I didn't know how much it would change me. But as I said before, I'm so grateful that I did. The first thing is that my time is not my own anymore. Like, not at all. Not a bit. Of course, it's very important to have some time to yourself, to take care of yourself. However, it changes the way you spend your time. It changes the way you spend money. It changed the way I view people and their kids. Before I had a child, I used to think sometimes when I see kids in public acting all kinds of ways that, wait, maybe that mother should control the kid a bit better, or what's going on, Sometimes you'd actually see a child misbehave in an aisle somewhere, and the mother is just so calm, and she's like, no, I'm gonna do what I'm here to do. I'm not gonna mind the child much. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that mother, she seems a bit harsh or something like that. But being a mother will make you realize that you know what is best for your kids, and you know how to deal with them, and you shouldn't at all mind what other people say. Which brings me to the second point. Just because something is good for someone else and it has worked for them in their family doesn't mean it's good for you. It's really good to take advice. Ask for advice, do research about being a mother, different aspects of your baby, whatever it is, whether it's from feeding options, whether it's disciplining. However, at the end of the day, you as the parent, you have to make a decision as a family about what works for you and your baby. Because if you try and cut and paste other people's advices, it might not work for you, and you might even be more frustrated because it worked for someone else, and you're thinking, am I doing it wrong, or what's going on? No. Being a mother or being a parent, it's test and try, or trial and error, so they say. So you have to find what works for you, and you have to be fine with the journey of finding what works for you. It needs more patience, guys. The third point, I hope we are there. You can never prepare enough to be a parent. There's not enough things that you can do to prepare to be a parent. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, you can't. You just have to let it happen as it happens. You just have to take each day as it comes. That way you are more open to learning new things, and that way you understand that it's a journey. It's not an overnight thing. You're not going to get everything overnight. You're not going to understand how you're feeling about the new changes overnight, and you're certainly not going to understand your baby overnight. Remember, it's a new precious little baby, and you're going to get to know your baby and how they are and how they operate, and you have to adjust as you go, and you have to be flexible to doing so. So what you can do, even if it's not enough preparation, obviously when you know you want to have a baby, you save. So that much at least you can sort of be in control of. But many other things, you just have to be flexible and just enjoy the journey as it comes. The third point, is it the third or the fourth point? The fourth point that I have is that children have a way of revealing us to ourselves. Children will teach you something about yourself that you didn't know, and as well as teach you something about life that perhaps you didn't know. For me, for example, my child has taught me to be more patient. I know a lot of parents say this, to be patient with myself and to view life from a different perspective, not to assume things are always a certain way. For example, when my 3-year-old would throw a tantrum, initially I would be thinking, oh my goodness, she's trying to test me. She's testing my buttons. She really wants to see what I'm going to do, where I'm going with this. But that's not how kids think. That's how I think as an adult because of my experiences and my exposure. She's just doing what toddlers do. And therefore, I just have to find a way to understand that she's just being herself, and she's just learning to experience her emotions in different ways. I have to give her space to be. But also, obviously, I have to, as a parent, help her regulate her emotions and help her understand a better way of dealing with those emotions. It needs patience. Bottom line. Number 6. The next point that I have, guys, is consistency. So I have learned that what helps with me and my family and our little toddler, what I've learned is consistency. You have to be consistent with your children. If you give them one rule today and then the next day anything goes, then unfortunately that confuses them, and because it confuses them, it breaks down the structure. It's very important for kids to have structure. When they do have structure, they function better, and they are able as well, to know what is it that is expected of them, and if they don't do what is expected of them, what are the consequences, as opposed to, oh, when I'm with mommy this works and when I'm with daddy this works. That means you and your partner have to be on the same page about how you do things in order for children to have a consistent way of doing things. That will help in terms of disciplining them and setting some rules that you both expect them to follow, and they will be okay. They don't have to like it like my 3-year-old, but they will be okay. The last point that I want to make is that what is most important, what I've learned, because I had a lot of worries being a mother, first-time mother. I was worried that perhaps I'm not going to be good enough. I'm not going to do things the best way. I'm probably not going to know sometimes what to do. I was kind of right. Sometimes I'm not really sure what to do. I have to research, I have to pray for strength. But what I found is that the most important thing is love. Love your children. And when I say love, love is not only giving them stuff, but it's spending quality time with them and affirming them as little human beings that will one day grow into responsible adults. Love them. You can't control everything about their life as much as you can't control everything about your life, but it's more important for them to know for sure, without a shadow of the doubt, that they are loved. And when you do so, they will blossom, trust me. So that is the first part, or part 1 of what I've learned about being a mother. Please share with me what you've learned about being a mother. You might be a first, second, third time mother. It doesn't matter. We all learn different things at different stages. I would like to hear from you, especially when you have more than one child, because I'm going to my next child, my second baby, and obviously I can do with as much tips as possible. So far, what I'm getting about being a second time mother is scary. So I want to hear from other people what has probably worked for them to adjust, balance their time with the second, third baby, and also what you've learned so far, what you love about being a mother, because it is a blessing and I will never trade it for anything. So I'll see you guys next week. Yes. Take care.